The desert wind carried the scent of burnt metal and something else. The kind of silence that follows when everyone sees what they weren't supposed to. The morning sun at Falcon Ridge Air Base rose over a line of A-10 Warthogs, their grey hides shimmering in the heat. Maintenance crews moved like clockwork, voices clipped and routine. Before we begin this mission, hit subscribe and ring the bell, because some stories of courage never make the headlines, but they deserve to be heard. Tell us where you're watching from and who's the hero in your family. Somewhere among them, Staff Sergeant Maren crouched beneath the belly of tail number 982. Her hands steady on the feed drum of the GAU-8 Avenger cannon. She preferred mornings like this. No chatter, no eyes on her, just the hum of turbines and the steady rhythm of torque wrenches turning. The A-10 didn't care about rank or rumor. It demanded respect, precision, and silence. That was something Maren could give. Feed linkage secured, she murmured, checking the tension. Beside her, Chief Master Sergeant Holt leaned against a fuel truck, sipping coffee. "You'll wear that cannon out before the pilot does," he said, half proud, half teasing. Maren smiled without looking up. "Not if I tighten it first." A shout broke the rhythm. "Pressure test at 3000 psi coming up. Clear." Maren nodded, adjusted her gloves, and braced. The hydraulic system hissed as it pressurized, a sound she'd heard 100 times, but this one was wrong. A sharp pop, followed by the hiss of a broken seal. Fluid sprayed across the undercarriage. "Kill pressure," Holt barked. The line went dead. Maren yanked off her flight jacket, rolled up her sleeves, and stepped under the wing to inspect the rupture. The fluid had cut a shallow line across her shoulder. The fabric tore where her sleeve caught, and as she leaned into the light, the tattoo on her left shoulder blade caught the sun. The hanger fell quiet. The mark was small, but unmistakable. A winged serpent wrapped around a bolt of lightning. Maren didn't notice the silence until she stood up and turned. The crew was staring past her. Colonel James Raw stood at the edge of the tarmac, frozen. He stared not at her face, but at the mark on her skin. "Sergeant," he said, his voice low, "where did you get that tattoo?" Maren blinked. "Sir." The moment cracked as radio chatter flared overhead. Ra's gaze snapped to the A-10, then back to her. "Clear the deck," he said, to calm it. Within seconds, the whine of turbines was the only sound left. Raw stepped closer. "That emblem," he said quietly. "You know what it is?" She looked down at her shoulder. "Just something I've had since before basic. My dad's." He didn't let her finish. "Get that cannon sealed," he said, voice suddenly sharp. "Then report to me at 1900. Alone." The day dragged on. By evening, the desert bled gold across the base. Maren stood outside the hangar bay, staring at the horizon. Trace Mendez, one of the pilots, passed by. "You okay?" he asked. "Fine," she lied. He looked toward the command office. "He's been off all day. You do something." "Guess I fixed the wrong thing." At 1900 sharp, she climbed the steps to the command office. Enter Raw sat behind his desk. "Sir, you wanted to see me?" He closed the file, finally meeting her eyes. His voice came out almost as a whisper. "Where did you get that mark, Sergeant Keane?" She hesitated. "It was my father's unit insignia. He served ... Echo Serpent, Raw, cut in." "Is that what he told you?" She frowned. "You know it." His hands tightened on the desk. "I was there." The words hung between them, heavy as a bomb. "That can't be possible." "The records were buried," he said, "for a reason." "Why, what was Echo Serpent Raw turned away?" "That's classified." "With respect, sir, you just said you were there." He faced her again, eyes hard. "I'm saying that if anyone else saw that mark today, you're already in danger." "From who?" "That's what I intend to find out. Until then, you keep your head down and your jacket on." As she turned to leave, he called after her. "Keane, your father." He stopped himself. "Never mind. Get some rest." Outside, the air had cooled. The tattoo burned beneath the fabric as if it remembered something she didn't. She didn't know it yet, but the serpent wasn't just a tattoo. It was a warning. Morning heat shimmered above the Falcon Ridge tarmac. The base hummed with an uneasy rhythm. Colonel Rowe's office blinds were half drawn when she entered. A tall man in dress greens stood beside him. Major Voss, Sergeant Kalen. Voss said, "Routine verification of service record." Routine. The word stung. Voss slid a tablet across the desk. Her file scrolled past until he reached the redacted section. "Your last assignment before Falcon Ridge," he said. "Who cleared your transfer?" Rowe's tone came quiet. "That's on my authorization," Major Voss smiled. But it didn't reach his eyes. "We'll confirm that." Back in the hangar, Trace was waiting. "So, what's the deal?" he asked. "Whole base feels like it's holding its breath." "Background check," she muttered. Trace grinned. "Sure, and I'm the Secretary of Defense." He tapped his datapad. "Found something. Maintenance archives, 12 years old. Look at this emblem." He turned the screen toward her, a coiled serpent over a broken wing. Her stomach dropped. Echo Serpent terminated. Classified mission, weird thing. Access stamp from this week. 430Z. The same time the hydraulic line had ruptured. "Don't tell anyone you pulled this." She exhaled. That night, the wind picked up. Raw found her by the ammo bay. "I flew with your father once," he said quietly. Echo Serpent. "We were ghosts. We ran a live fire test off the coast. Wrong coordinates. Friendly unit in range. Whole op buried before dawn." His voice hardened. "That tattoo, he had one, didn't he? He told me never to speak of it." "Smart man," Raw said, "but the past doesn't stay buried forever." Later, unable to sleep, she returned to the maintenance logs. She pulled up test data from the A-10's telemetry, and then she saw it. Weapon loadout flag. Manual override. Training rounds swapped for live ordnance. Same access pattern as 12 years ago. "Someone's recreating it," she whispered. Her cum pinged. "Trace to Kalen, urgent." "What is it?" Security just locked down the hangar. They're pulling your clearance. Who ordered it? Major Voss. By the time she reached the main gate, Voss was waiting with 2 MPs. Sergeant Keane, you're suspended from duty. Review for what? He gave that thin smile again. You tell me. Another voice cut through the tension. That's enough, Major. Chief Holt stepped into the light. Colonel Raw signed a provisional delay. Sergeant Keane stays operational for 24 hours. Voss's eyes met Maren's cold. 24 hours, he said. Use them wisely. When they were gone, Holt's shoulders eased. Rose buying you time. He thinks you can prove it. Maren nodded. Then I'll need trace in telemetry. We're going to track whoever's accessing those logs. Hours bled away in the glow of computer screens. The Serpent insignia reappeared again and again. Every line of code was a breadcrumb leading back to the same origin, an unlisted operator tag, Echo SO1. Trace leaned forward. That's not a ghost file. Someone's running it live. Which means, she said, Echo Serpent isn't just history. It's active. Somewhere in the dark, the turbines of an A-10 began to spool. Night draped over Falcon Ridge like a held breath. Inside the restricted armory, Maren moved between consoles. The corrupted targeting data was almost finished uploading. Another accident, another cover-up. She entered a command line. Override access restricted. Come on, she whispered. Behind her, a door clicked open. Major Voss stepped into the light. You shouldn't be here, Sergeant. Maren didn't turn. You corrupted the targeting data. I refined it, he corrected. Echo Serpent was never a failure. It was unfinished, controlled chaos. Her throat went dry. You killed them for data. Voss smiled faintly. Your father understood the cost of innovation. He agreed to the parameters. That's a lie, is it? Raw flu-led, your father ran diagnostics. Both signed off. Only one of them walked away. Ask yourself why Raw buried the truth. You wanted me here, she said. The tattoo, the file leaks. You knew I'd come looking. Voss nodded. I needed someone who could finish what he couldn't. A siren flared across the base. Range control alert. Test flight initiated. Maren froze. Trace, your friend volunteered for the midnight systems check, Voss said. Perfect timing. She lunged for the console. Cancel it. Voss drew his sidearm. No, we observe it. The cum burst alive. Trace 1 to ground, confirming engine spool up. Trace, abort. She shouted, your feed's compromised. Copy that, ground. Repeat. Telemetry is reading live ordnance. Rose's voice cut in, strained. Trace, hold position. Maren, what the hell's going on? Raw appeared in the doorway, sidearm drawn, his eyes flicked between them. You set this up, he said to Voss. We're proving a theory, Colonel, Voss replied. Eco Serpent failed because emotion compromised discipline. Tonight, we correct that variable.